Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing an in-depth economy guide or buying guide in Valorant and pretty much everything related to how you should be using your credits on different rounds throughout a Valorant game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we have pistol round. Pistol round, there's only a few things you should really be considering. You have 800 credits. The main thing is spend as much of these credits as you can. So if if you're Jett, you might buy a sheriff, you can spend all your credits. You might buy a ghost and a smoke. You're going to be down to 100 credits, which is fine. You can also buy this shield and double smoke. Pretty much the main thing is don't save on pistol round. It's really important. Pistol round, winning it, if you win pistol round, you're probably going to be winning. There's a very high chance you win second round. If you lose, there's a very high chance you lose second round. So that's why you want to be spending as much money as you can on this round. Think about if you'd rather buy, a sheriff or if you'd rather stack more toward abilities, depending on what your character is as well. That's something you can consider. But after this, pretty much, I'm going to go and turn on infinite creds. So if you win pistol round, you're going to want to force. So usually you're going to always going to buy full armor, you're going to buy some abilities, and usually you'll also buy a Spectre. Other alternatives to the Spectre on this round are the Judge, the Ares, and the Marshal. It's also good to keep the Sheriff if you had that from pistol round. So you can actually save a little bit of credits as long as you're comfortable with the Sheriff. If you're not as comfortable, then buy one of these weapons. Again, Spectre, Judge, Ares, Marshal are all very strong. And again, your abilities are as well. So if you lose pistol round, it's a little bit of a different story, mainly because we're going to be, we're only going to have just over 2,000 credits. So we really want to consider what we want to buy. So one thing I can teach you guys right here is if you hit B, you'll see this amount here. It says minimum next round, and then it'll give you a number. You can hover over this exclamation point, and if you read through this, it'll give you some valuable information. I'm not going to read all of it right now, but just know that it's here. And whenever you're on eco rounds, you can buy it down until this says 3,900 and until you have 1,500 credits. So usually that means you can buy a Shorty, a couple of smokes, and maybe like even an updraft, or a Shorty light armor, or even just a sheriff and no abilities or armor, depending on what you like. I would suggest learning a Shorty on this round. I feel like a lot of the problem with people in lower ranks is they just don't know how to use eco weapons. So again, after first round, you're only going to have enough to buy like a Shorty, but later in the game, later in the half, you're going to have more credits to use on eco rounds. So I would definitely consider learning the Marshal, consider practicing the Ares, the Spectre, the Judge. You don't really need to practice the Judge, but get comfortable with it a little more. But the Marshal definitely is something you can use. You'll have more credits to buy this, like I said, later on. The Sheriff as well. You could be a monster. These guns tear... The Marshal and the Sheriff can tear people apart on their full buy rounds, as long as you are comfortable and familiar with them. So, yeah, otherwise buy the Shorty, play close. The reason it's good after losing pistol round is because people are going to be quite aggressive because they know they have the upper hand in most scenarios. So they're just going to kind of run into you, which means you can get a free kill and you can kind of just get out, right? That's kind of how it goes with the Shorty. You can get even 2 free kills, depending on how close they are whenever they're running into you. Next, we could talk about... yeah, again, like I said, buy down to until this says 3,900 mid next round. People always ask me, well, then I won't have enough credits to buy abilities again next round. Well, the point is, so say I buy this and then I only have enough to buy full armor and a phantom or a vandal next round. The thing about this, the advantage is, if you're in a scenario where you can easily win the round, and you have your abilities to use them to help you win, you're gonna win the round and then you're gonna get more credits anyway. So you can just rebuy your abilities. But if you're gonna lose, you might as well just not use the abilities, but at least you have them, right? That's the point. At least you have them to use if you need them. Next, we're gonna be saying, I'm gonna tell you guys to buy with your teammates and try to coordinate with them if you can. Pretty much, a lot of time in lower ranks, people will probably not coordinate with you, but that is okay. What you want to do in those scenarios is just buy, save, so alternate between buying and saving. Even if your teammates aren't doing the same thing, because, you have to accept at some point that you can't really control them throughout the whole game, and if they're not going to listen, they won't listen. Next, buy your teammates if you almost have max credits, and vice versa. So if they have max credits, have them buy you. This is really good because you're not wasting credits, and also you're evening out how many credits each one of your teammates have. So, it's going to be easier for you guys to buy and at the start of the round, and also saving credits is very good. So other than that, guys, a full buy round, I'll go ahead and talk about this. This is probably the thing you're most familiar with. Full buy round, you buy, all your stuff. You should have enough to buy, like, everything. And I can't buy another one of those. And then buy a Phantom or a Vandal. Obviously, if you've saved for the op, go for that. You can also go for an Odin. These are the main guns you're going to be buying on this round, as well as the op. if you can't buy, so your team's, say your team's full buying, and you can't buy a gun, you can either go light armor into weapon, or you can go, you know, just like a guardian, sheriff, or guardian or bulldog, but you can also go sheriff and play around your teammates that have guns, and then pick up one of their guns after they die. Don't bait them, but you know, that's something that you can't kind of do, which is kind of useful. It helps so you can actually still buy full armor and, you know, whatnot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about eco and economy or using your credits in Valorant, let me know in the comments below. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe and peace.